happy, ready to air and go. Second series. Archie. Decided to hop on in. Quite literally picking his first one. Joya left Seiko being the last man. Well, Mayday and Jack. Alongside Hibbs. So it should be an interesting affair. Already played one so far. Hibbs coming off an absolute steamroller of a series. Mayday, however, on the other hand, not so much alongside Jack. They were victims of the last time. Enjoy up straight across. Archie waiting patiently in the net will do some simple things, and the Jack having a couple of decent attempts, forcing its way through, and Jack dropping all the way back. Follow through ball won't be an option. Beaten off to it will be Seiko. Came in late to this and sets up Archie. Some things you just do right, which is the basics. He's done well enough to get this one set up for himself. It'll be interesting to see when Archie becomes available for the rival series, to see where he gets picked up and gone in the retired old man himself, Seiko. The winner Gift Your Game contest too. Playing that Wind and Rain roster alongside Boy School Q and Kieran. Sadly could not make it. Would have been an interesting all-English affair. Yet to be able to do something. Archie. Over and across, it will be Hibbs dropping all the way back. Perfect bit of time and space. There will be a flick on Shirley and Seiko. A few consistent plays here, and Archie's not willing to bite onto the plate. Seiko, unfortunately, a bit of rust there. Failed to collect the boost in any meaningful shape or form and made it across. Good demo, and Archie's just finding a little bit of his feet onto this one. It's Joyo. Drops back. All three getting involved from the defensive play. Seiko, before going into this, was literally mentioned he's not on his usual setup. So we'll take a game or two to get him adjust into the rhythm of things. Be a bigger ass at most. Good opening by Seiko there. Lopsides himself, follows through with a bit of punch to it. Just getting himself set up into the right moment. But Mayday getting across. Will be Joy. Just thudding the ground now, Hibbs across. One-dimensional play there by Hibbert. But that was too worried about the defence. Can't necessarily blame him. He lost 5-1. Testing and teasing. That's a quick, lovely transition to give credit where it's due. Not being meaningful, however. No way they're going to come back from this point. That's Mayday. Getting across, at least a point of his own. I'd say he may not be well suited at this point. It might be good in the current climate you are in. So for Maydays to have an absolute hair off a series, and now they're having the legs of Archie in this one. This really shows you how potent the man could be. Thrown back wall. Hibs done well enough to get this one, and Jack will feign Hibs across. Second touch, Mayday puts that one high, and again once more Archie still able to recover after such a horrendous defensive clear, and a double. What a save by ATR Psycho. He might be old, but he certainly can move like a jaguar at times. Great little play by him. Just even keep that one out. Nothing more pleasing than that. Game 2 should be a chance for the likes of Psycho to keep pedaling on and showing he can still be relevant, even if you want to call it the inactivity. But good work by Joyo, moving this one across, dealing with the pressure. And say the trash talk is encouraged at this. They have the flexibility they will wear much of the Zan at that point. Within reason, of course, as Archie is sketching this pathway at this current moment. Testing what is available, even they're up by one, even the last game 5-1. Also simple, this is playing all the pressure into the green. Enjoy it with a free shot. We'll take it and enjoy it. Shake and bake. And it's all been set up quite tastily. Archie's not going to be outplayed by that, Jack. 2018. Feels like forever in terms of the competitive scene. Hibs set up all the groundwork. Mayday with a fabulous set of passing. Jack does to tie that one up. On 2018, it was a very scary, complex, a virtuoso alongside Archie in the third, and Private Esports failed to do anything there really. Now that they've separated, had time to learn, time to grow, and expand their own games. And hello Beast, I hope you're doing well. Pleasure having you stop by. We are doing well. Only taking them 2 games now to adjust. Simply sweet and move in. Hibs now getting the cross. Follow through ball. Yet to be searched and targeted. There's a nice little pass and play there. That's a lovely back pass, and Archie. 2 wonderful bits of that. If he touches, he can divert it in left or right. He has a whole net to aim for. Doesn't touch it, he can either fake it out or block where the angle where the shot could be. Multitude within that play alone. And Psycho straight across over with Joyo. Off his own backboard, the demo here, and Hibs. Mayday still trying to escort it across. Jack will have a bump onto the keeper, and Hibs locked, loaded, and now determined to set Mayday up, and Psycho not able to get this one out of time and out of resources. Second ball by Hibs. Will be decent enough, and Joyo up and around. Pleasantly surprised as Archie forces that one. Seiko up around. It still is Archie waiting patiently. Seiko drops that down, and Joyo not in the right position to really take advantage of the play, but works a bit of magic. They get that one across with Seiko. There was a comment his teammates weren't there. It wasn't a bad play under the context. Should have been at least put on target. And him straight across into the middle. No support as Mayday was on the flanks, and Jack precariously just taken up in the middle. Hibs once more goes low. Second touch, and Mayday off his own. A core hitting the post once. That will slightly damage a bit of confidence there. Hibs getting that one across. Again, the passes are there. They're just yet to be taken. A Mayday's double. He's failed to connect on the second attempt. Such a clean opportunity. Mayday's missile. Interballistic stuff there. Not able, though, to convert when asked. And Joyo, same. And Psycho couldn't either as Archie watched with anguish on his face. And Jack's little unfortuitous miss. Ball still up, and Hibs not taking the risk. Let it drop. And hello, Cal. Hope you're doing well. It's more a showmatch. I wouldn't say an actual league. The original idea was, but I'll explain slightly later in private DMs on why it couldn't really fully work out to this time around. But maybe we can create it into an actual proper league and maybe a full structure. This, however, wide open for the bubble scene to take part. And Jack over to Hibs. It's a long wait. Takes Mayday. Bit of time to realise he just sits back in time, not willing the pressure. And suddenly a minute gone. Scoreless for the time being, and Hibs will have a chance. Plants one in. Archie got a little bit too aggressive for his own good. And Joyo straight across, up, round. Could plant this straight down. And what a little sizzler off a touch. Just tries to hover down. Hibs not able to do anything. Jack not able to do anything. One apiece. This duel that has been set apart now. And Jack across over to Mayday. Hibs over. Give his life to the cause, and Mayday still trying to hammer home a point. Jack over to Hibs. Second touch will do. Ample amount of space to work with. Still ample. But not a direct line for a pass. The alternatives are being outplayed. As we're now just seeing Jack cross between the lanes as Archie up and around. A second touch. Not going to be around for long. Our seeking missile here would send Archie's team to the rafters here. They have drained all their boost, both of the two teams. There are not enough to take it beyond a scoring opportunity here. Clearance here will fall apart in another passing play. Psycho not in the right position to receive, but still continuing the efforts as Hibs now will having a go to split all three. Huge ask for the little man himself. He'll grow 6 feet tall in stature if he was able to provide that outlet. And Seiko will just show why he was one of the best. Could have been an rival. Was not to be. Was assisted via the bump too, but even still the shot would have been difficult. Jack just forwarding and for launching what is possible, and Archie across over to Hibs. Second touch. Goes awry as Joyo just wastefully flicking off that play. But a marvellous little bit of work. An arm reel attack effectively that time around, using the wall. And the bump will help at least get it across. Very little it can say about it. Should have been much better in terms of defence. Remember I said there was very little to talk about. Very little to say there other than just hit the ball, Archie. Sounds so simple. As Hibs is there, second touch from the flip reset. Over stack to the backboard. Ball, however, did not bounce far enough. That soft, gushing touch really did hamper any terms of an offense. Seiko's recovery was allowed to keep it into the corner. Ample amount of time once more for the real hard hitting attack, but it will disintegrate before it even began. And Jack's own goal will not really assist much. It was Joey who applied the original force, the momentum onto the ball. Swung around. Oh, the tourniquet really will have the head spinning at this point. A psycho shot. Just putting that one beyond reach of the two keepers. Here they are looking. At some point here for a little more of the sparkling touch that these three gentlemen can make. And Seiko has shown that goal scoring Perez that he did have a long time ago, well before wind and rain. Used to be known as one of the most mechanical players within the scene, and like everything else involved, everybody else got better. Not to take away what Seiko can do, but he's certainly not in that scope anymore. Our ball will drop down. Getting across. Hibbs is up trying to block it. Seiko is there and Archie. Oh, it was well worked. It's a shame that couldn't pull off. Always trust Archie to make a comment. Some that you'll expect, some that you won't, but it'll make it interesting. But as interesting as things will become. First time we've done this, it was a 5-1. Couldn't get any more one-sided. Bar 6-0. Enjoy a straight down over to Seiko, blocked by Hibbert. One more effort by him. Seiko will try to wiggle his way out of danger here. Oh, what a flip reset. It's been the most useful one Jack has provided this series. Calmly now collected by Hibbs. Second touch once more lacking. Usually the first touch will dictate games. Type of lob, but the second and third is also as crucial. Joyo's thin little touch will force now Jack into a chance. It's worked well, and he's trying to ground pinch that one once more. Play's gone far too much in front of him. Mayday had a small chance there. Had to thin that to the near post. Unfortunately took too much, chunked at the ball. Ended up middle of the net while Hibbs backline. Third man defense had to been much stronger. This isn't going to be well enough. 3 minutes and 39. Every time Jackson the defense in threes, always worried that he's going to make the wrong play. Maybe he's just trying to bail out a bit of pressure, no boost. And Archie just savoring here, this blue team apart every time when he wants to. And Hibbs across and Jack. That's a good bump, and Maytay's just sliced at the ball. And poor Archie didn't know what hit him. Archie back around, and this will so simply do. Psycho shouldn't even had this. That's such a poor goal to concede. Spicy in that situation. Jack pre-flips. Jumps up, kills off the momentum. Technically backflips too at the same time. Mayday pre-jumped the shot too. Bit of an issue of a comb. Simple I got it would have been sufficient. One least had the challenge. The moment the idea 2 goes at that point, you really are beckoning to be scored upon. It's Mayday back around. Hibs will see Jacks. Good idea. Need to have been a little bit further away realistically to get a shot off. But I like the tempo what they've gone at with us. That's Joyo. Archie will be thankful to see Seiko, the more composed, most experienced threes player. Near enough at the highest level that can be possibly achieved for a bubble player. Archie too. Working in tangent there. It's Mayday's quick little play. Hibs done well to redirect to Highwards. Mayday now has Jack. Far too much pushed up. Doesn't take the shot that he could have went for. And now all that hard work disintegrates down. It allows now Hibs to have a attempt. Not this time, it's Mayday. Backins in the net, forces Jack really to go for that ball, and he will be glad to do so. Mayday across, he's following his own ball, drops away from it, and Hibs covering the Mayday mistake as Jack seen Mayday once more, and that shot ghosted. They won't care nonetheless, and Hibs, they're all clearing this effectively in that middle. Looks like 103 projected degree angles work from the central point of the net. Not really keeping it firm and tight from the wall's perspective, playing it left to right diagonally or forced to fit decent. That's cost them now. And BC7X, hope you're doing well. Nice to see you stop though. 49 seconds. Really has set itself apart. Enjoy it. As Archie just backs away, Jack just going around, and Hibs attempting progressive little players really has occurred. Enjoy it. Up and around, and Archie will kill this hopefully. He's done well, he's kept it high, tight and firm. No realistic way of going out of it. Joy will flip the reset into it, hoping Mayday's gonna pass it towards him. And the luxury of a comeback goes awry at this point. Now the draw really has sets itself up. 4 games played will require the next following 2 to go the way as expected. Could be having an R5-1. But here we go again. What's really in the tank of Mayday, Hibs and Jack. And Mayday not able to, but Jack this time. Only that second touch came around, and that desperate third attempt there just flung himself in Mayday. Got a little bit too much. Jack, however, salvage the ball away from the net. Will not concede one just yet. And Hibs going for the Coxer clear. Bit more demos and shots on target, and Hibs whisker away from denting the scoreline to his own favour. Mayday. Cross once more. Will be Hibs battling around. Mayday. At least had the instinct of presuming that was going wide. Would have been embarrassing if it did not. And Archie's has taken full control of the game. He's dictated the pace this time around. Enjoy it. Just following the footsteps of Archie, and Seiko had enough now. Time to set up the fang-like grip. And this is a bit of an orgasmic experience for Jack. Up, around, credit where it's due. And Archie, Seiko, and Joy was trying to have that Dracula-like experience, sucking the blood out of their opposition. Fortunately, they've hit bone. They got a bit of calcium now growing. But they wanted the tasty reward originally about 30 seconds ago. Jack straight across. We can step up a little bit more. Good follow through by Jack, and Hibs straight on target. Joel following through. Much more intriguing. A tussle finally really has set itself up. Jack over to Hibs. What a shot in Seiko. He had the challenge at some point. Could have sat at net if he so desired. Caught a no man's land, punished for it too. 2 minutes and plus. And that's for, realistically, a game where Archie trails and will be hoping to find a bit of that sparkling magic. And Seiko drops down the luxury of the pressure, building him out. Jack should now be fully accustomed to it. They had a full 6 games worth. They get used to it. He's now had 10 by this point. Various degrees of players in the bubble scene itself, but he still has a set standard in Hibs. Excellent. Little in and out. Sharp little angle to it was. Easily committed a mistake there. Seiko straight in, dunks, and removes 2 apiece now. Rummaging around the luggage. I found an old classic of his. Draw still on for the blue team. The outright win is now more achievable through an Archie and Joyo 1-2 pass and play. No challenge here by Hibs until that point. And Jack unfortunately has multiple backflips again and again, and it's just hindering the man at this point. No, he's recently moved over from console and getting used to PC. The luxury of having all those inputs, the frames. I've yet to see him take full advantage from the skill that he brought over. And Jack, that's a good pass, that's perfect. That is more like it. One little cross, Mayday slots it home, zings it across and past, and Archie will be now tilted by the Irishman's achievement to get one by him. Mayday drops by and Jack launch right through. Plenty of time. Enjoy it. Straight across, and there is a slim little chance here we could be approaching 3-2 in the series, and that's a poor touch by the Hibbert. Hits the ground on that time. They were quick enough to drop it when they were in front. They don't have the luxury of it. OT it is. That's Mayday. Trying to bring this one across. Jack. Once more by him in question. Tries to pop and then rotate his car, orientate it into a 50. Will not have it with Archie. Tries to block it once more, and Jack on the all-offensive attack. He's got Hibbs and Mayday in defence. They have moved up, and that's a play! Force Archie into the save. Poor as it gets in terms of where it landed. And suddenly, one more game and a draw could occur. Wasn't expecting this, especially not on paper. I'm just taking a look at the statistical end of things. It's going to be intriguing to see how this one plays out. All the pressure, all the shots. This is a good learning curve for Jack. If he can get the draw out of this, it will. He sets himself up. Be plenty of odds for him to look back and learn and assess what he can improve on. But a year in the past, you probably wouldn't see Archie pulling off some of the plays he did if he didn't take some of the criticisms that he received. He's played with some of the best players in the world throughout his career too. He's evaluated, took it all on board, and reached the rank X. So decent runs in tournaments when he has been eligible to play. The big one at the rival Plains itself, the big one. We'll see if he is capable, or will he get picked up straight in? It's possible. That's a conversation for another time. As this ball's been moved and shuffled across the field. It's been in the middle of the park for a while. Hasn't came close to the net until that point there. It was a scandalous. What's the point of being in that situation if you don't even presume that the save was going to occur? Hibbs now across, and Seiko piles on another one. Mayday will try to respond likewise. Archie. Hibbs will have an option. Jack is onto his left-hand side. A depository of placing that ball down. Not this time around, and the medication now being dispensed. They do not like their own medicine served at them. And Hibs launch that one down. Jack is there, gets the demo. There is a weak point. Have they spotted it? Seems not for the time being. As Mayday throws that one away. Couple of demos. A feast for the eyes, this one. Mayday, pass in, no support really, shallow pass. Too tight really towards the net and Hibs. Prime ball. Jack with this time, will he realise what Archie attempted? Up it goes and Hibs trying to vie the backside attack. Suddenly 2 minutes for 2 goals. This defence doesn't look possible, but that's the first real mistake. The bump by Hibs. Sampled. Liked it. And decided to execute this time. Across it goes and Hibs straight around and Mayday. Across it goes. There's Jack just trying to hold the ball as much as possible as Archie. Gets it around Mayday, it's flung himself and Hibs. Oh, Hibs. Can't be deadly in that type of situation. Just not able to get himself in the ball in the right spot, and another a demo onto the keeper. This time it was Joyo. One of the blue defenders at net. As Hibs flip the reset, not useful really. Require a bit more. And Jack's mistake, he's unfortunately costing them. And Hibs will not go up without sinking into the ground. And poor Jack was just sitting there as a bystander. It looks like it'll be 4-2, it'll be some form of respectability. Jack just put that one up front and little rubber dinghy, a support line will occur. And Hibs has his chance, takes his chance. Could be promising an OT. And Mayday shot that one on Archie. Hibs up and around, anybody there? Jack's just taking his time, going to force a 50. And Archie's just outdone Jack what he was trying to achieve. Seiko will just drop that to the corner as Jack from his own wall. Good stall flick, but again, once more Archie's there. Enjoy it. Just playing the pressure, killing in the corner. This will just be park the bus, game management. Now all required to see this one out. The demo will be enough, and Hibs is there. One more touch, and this ball will just die. And Archie near enough feigns somebody else. Well, unfortunately, that's this series concluded. An interesting series nonetheless.